Thousand people, and of course the early game tonight was a beauty also, Rocky.
Great game.
It was, between Sturt and the Bulldogs. We're going to take you to that game now. 6 minutes into the first quarter. Sturt lead 1 point. Central's yet to score, and your commentator, the man alongside of me, Rocky Roberts.
In the throw in. Coffee. Breed. 2 good games early in the season. Hasn't recovered from injury, but in the way, reading it very well. Greg Whittlesey, last year's McGarry medalist. Got a good start to season 89 with his 3rd kick. In they go high. That seems to be the plan. Argus from behind. Better judgment than anybody. And more time too. He had 2 grabs at it, and no defenders came at him. Neil Curley wouldn't be happy with that.
Doesn't seem to have a very strong kick, Neville, although from 30 metres out he must make the distance, but I said that before.
He struggled previously. Let's have a look at him this time. Drops the ball just a little high, leans back. On that occasion, he proves true. One got 1-7, the Double Blues, and they're away to a great start on Nine's Wide World of Sports.
It'll be very interesting to see how Gary Argus goes tonight. He's back after having a rest from league footy and was a very exciting player in the junior grades. And I'm looking forward to seeing how he progresses under Rick Davies this year.
Umpires in charge, David Trembath and Graham Schutz. Graham Schutz having only his first game in senior company, and he's about to bounce the ball. In opposition will be Reynolds from the right, Coffey from the left. 7 points to 0. Coffey goes in, gets the tap away. Aerial ping pong. Gurdon back, can't find it. Well played, going through Shell. Puts it out wide, off goes Wilmot. Can't quite make the grade. Back towards the pocket. The ball will go out of play. But a little bit of method there. Wilmot just a metre short of his target.
Coffey on top in ruck at the moment, but it's been interesting to note that Centrals have been unable to work it out of the centre up today.
Throw in. 27 for Sturt. Nesselbach. Brown. Chaplin does the roving. I'm sure Neil Curley happy to see Thomas, Sullivan and Jonas back in the side, although Jonas reportedly still struggling from a bit of a hamstring, but wants to run. Whittlesey. Quick hands out to Shell. On the ground, Sturt. Goes defensively towards the boundary line. Robertson can't do much with it. We'll have another throw in. Half-forward line for the Double Blues.
It's a struggle. Conditions ideal for the footballers. Certainly far better than it has been in previous times. Esselbach against Coffey. Sturt waiting for the haul back, but Coffey goes for the line. Robertson couldn't get it out. It's aerial ping pong. Finally it comes out from Painter. Goes in high, in towards the half-forward line. Gribble sets himself, takes a good mark. First game up. Nigel Gribble, 45 metres out, wind assisted. Now, we'll have a look at this boy's kick. Wonder if his first kick in senior football will be a goal. Very nice looking kick, but he's pushed it offline for a point. The Blues move on to 1-2-8 points. The Dogs yet to score, and Peter, the breeze is not all that strong.
Doesn't appear to be at the moment, Ian, but Sturt are definitely dominating the play early in this first quarter.
Botka with the ball. I agree with you there, Peter. They are dominating play. They're really not doing much with the ball on their forward line, putting Wilmot under a lot of pressure, just belting the ball in on top of him. Brady, strong arm, good tackle. Free kick. Holding the ball was the ruling. Grandstand side's his choice. Unable to keep it in was Rowe. And we'll have another throw in front of the boxers down there. They've only played 10 minutes first quarter. Not much action to date, but pretty tight. Ball to ground from that throw-in. Players desperately looking for possession. Not so. Out on the full. And the penalty free kick to Sturt.
Scott Field at centre wing to put the Blues into attack. Goes towards the half-forward line. Robertson can't get back on it. Sturt can. Goes out wide. Sets up the play now for the fast runner on the outer side there in Buckley. Buckley comes in the half-forward line. Who can he find there? Almost found the umpire. Jonas puts it out, gives up to Gurdon. Gurdon short, the kick's awkward. Lennon in trouble. In goes Krieg, loses the cherry. They go in hard again. Jonas gets it out. Here's a chance now going through. Here's Jonas again, and he boots it out of play. Peter Jonas, gee, do you think he's got a solid boy since he left South Australia? I think probably the white jumper even makes him look bigger. But he's certainly got a lot of strength, and that will pay dividends for the Dogs in their forward line.
Do a lot of upper body work in the VFL, and certainly showing signs of that. He hasn't let up on that style of training since he's been back in Adelaide. Got the throw-in, only metres out from the Dogs' goal. Ingerson does the ruck work on this occasion. Round the corner, Mandermaker having a wild shot at goal. Not successful. 11 minutes gone, 1 goal, 8 points, the Double Blues, and the King Curly's Dogs yet to score, Daisy.
Yes, he wouldn't be all that happy. Of course, he's had one runaway win and one horrible loss. So he's probably on tenterhooks down there in the bunker, just wondering what's going to happen tonight. The ball is forced out of play by, well, forced back towards centre by Painter. Well taken, Pryor, puts it in. McAdam with a chance. He needs to sit. Russell there with him. McAdam again, he's in trouble, gets the handball away, puts Krieg in trouble, not a good one. Painter now quietly onto the boot, towards centre wing. First there will be Chaplin, slips it out, Coffey, puts him under pressure. And the ball, no, I think it was Lee Adams that actually put him under pressure. No, Chaplin, I was right in the first instance. And the ball is forced out of play on the half-forward right flank. It's 1-8 points. The Dogs yet to score. At the throw-in, in front is Reynolds, wearing the unaccustomed number 15, Guernsey. Reed gets it away towards the half-forward line. Coming to meet it was Shelley, couldn't do it. Quickly, Gribble gets it out. Now it goes towards Sturt. Sturt under pressure, rips it out wide. A chance for Lee. Half-back flank. Oh, kicks into the man. Radbone, well done. Now Argus, he'll need support from there. Argus on the line. Grubbers one back. Here's a chance. They get it back towards Richter. He can't get it. Coming through is Pryor, and the Dogs steady, but I think they're going to boot the ball out of bounds on the foot.
And whilst it's untidy football, Peter, there's a lot of pressure from both sides.
Yes, they're really attacking the body at the moment, Neville.
Long, Argus underneath it. Great fly, Brady. He's come a long way, as we said last year, from 87 form. Last year was a good year for Brady. Tough centre half back. Looks like going on with it in 89. From behind, Darvanese couldn't complete, or at least it was called play on. Got the reward for a high tackle. Pushes it back. William, tough defender. Lennon providing the run. Russell now. Could have gone to Shepherd, decides to go forward, but Lennon kicks it himself. In high, Wilmot underneath it. 2 grabs, is a fine completion. Paid. And he really hasn't had much of an advantage with the ball. Everything that's come into him has been a real contest. And this time being able to complete it. His first touch for the night. 1 goal 2, the Double Blues. Let's see if this classy full forward can't make it another one. In he comes, pushes at it. A little to the right, and at least he's had a shot at goal. That's the main thing. 1 goal, 3 now 9. Central District yet to score.
When you have a look down the list, not a lot of new faces from last year. Nevertheless, the old one's doing pretty well. Schwert. Third kick back towards centre wing. Thomas underneath the ball, almost a second grab. Lennon through, sets it up. Shell, almost a throw out now to Painter. The Blues into attack, back there at full back. In front is Wilmot, one-handed. Botka behind them. Force the ball to ground, and it goes across the line for another point to the Blues. They move on to 1-4, 14 minutes gone of the first quarter. The Dogs, I think they've been into their forward lines, past their half-forward line about once.
Finding it difficult to get the ball in their forward line. No real wind advantage that we can see. Oh, great mark. Over the top, Lennon coming a long way down. Set himself and threw himself at the ball. 4th touch. Once again, just high to Wilmot is the way they want to do it. Squirt does the crumbing. And unless you can get a lot of players around the bottom of the ball there, Peter, Sturt going to waste a lot of opportunities just pushing it in high to Wilmot.
Certainly right, Neville. They've really got to give Wilmot some space to move into. Wilmot's a different player if he can run at the ball, one out with his opponent.
Darvanese had the chance, couldn't. Coming through, Radbone puts it out wide, looking for Russell, and he's got it. Good mark. Now, can he get a lead going? Wilmot gives the lead into the pocket. Gee, he's got to put himself on the angle. He's got a chance. Great grab. Wilmot on the lead, spot on with a pass. Tried to improve his angle, but the umpire's going to force him round to about 60 degrees. Ian Wilmot, 20 to 25 metres out. A specialist full forward ought to kick these. They've only got one to date through Gary Argus. 15 minutes gone first quarter. Kicked 2-1 last week. Very important cog in the Sturt wheel. That's a fine kick for goal. He's got his second, or got his first for the night. Sturt second. It's 2-4 to Zilch on Nine's Wide World of Sport.
An excellent kick there by Scott Russell. Wasn't a strong lead by Ian Wilmot, but Scott Russell was able to kick the ball high over Botka's head and certainly found Wilmot in a very good position and kicked truly.
2-4-16. The Dogs yet to get away. David Trembath with the ball. Able to recall bounces now is the new decision. Painter forces the Blues forward. Contest. Blues push it forward. That's this new rule. You really do have to get it out. Van Dommel. Man to make her on a lead. It's the way it goes. Good defensive work on that occasion by McCarthy. Darvin. Great tackle. Holding the ball is a decision. Against Girdham. 24. Leo Darvin. Long. Russell does the crumbing. Oh, and there's all by himself Scott Field. And the ball comes in quick enough. 15-metre penalty for too high. Peter, bit soft.
Yeah, very soft. I thought Mark Pryor, I was on the ball, and I really feel that Scott Field was lucky to be paid that mark. I don't feel there was any interference there whatsoever.
First game for the year. Scott Field, one of the 4 newcomers for the Sturt side. Third kick. Normally eat this sort of goal. Does on that occasion. Sturt's third on Nine Wide World of Sports.
Darvin has certainly set up a strong point on the half-back line for Sturt and is providing plenty of opportunities for the Sturt forwards.
I've got the impression, Peter, and you might watch this one, that once again Trevor Rose in his old tagging row on Painter. It hasn't done much for the Dogs at this stage because Sturt are attacking through other avenues. 22 points to the good, but Curley quick to use the talents of Rowe to try to negate one of the Blues' better players. 18 minutes gone. At the bounce. Kitchke against Coffey. Good bounce by the umpire. Kitchke gets his hands to it, not effectively. In goes McAdam, loses the football. Taken away there by 37 for Sturt, who was Shell. He's playing pretty well in actual fact. Coffey goes in short, man to make her on the lead. Couldn't half volley. Krieg gets it out, but only as far as Richter. He's offloaded. Now Darvin, as Peter said, playing well. Jams it onto his boot to the other side. Chaplin's got McWilliam to beat. Tries to tunnel ball it. McWilliam's done well. In goes Lennon. In there's Chaplin, McWilliam, Lennon and Darvin. But the umpire will come and bounce the ball in the full forward left pocket with the Dogs just maybe a chance to score.
We'll know that pretty soon. Graham Schultz puts the ball down. First gamer, we've seen a few of those. The Foundation Cup. Time to give them some experience. Saw Peter Mead here tonight as I arrive, so he'll be having a good look at the newcomer. Ingerson versus Reid. Reid takes front position. Ingerson gets the tap over the shoulders, the call. And Reid, a good defender for a long time. Very quick, but a long reach. Difficult for a forward to play on. Reads the ball pretty well. His fourth kick, straight to Van Dommel. Van Dommel goes on quickly. He wouldn't be happy with that. Gives Sturt an opportunity through Barry Shell. He looks for Field, but in the way is Scott Lee. Played every night game in the Foundation Cup, third for the year. He goes short. Jeffrey Robertson going into their forward line a little bit slow, not really giving their forwards an opportunity. Up high, Lennon against Jonas. So Jonas will get that free kick. And his obvious target will be man to make it. Holds his lead. Off he goes now. That's the way the kick goes. Against McCarthy, front position, man to make it, couldn't complete it. Does the crumbing though. We've seen him do that before. He's very good on the ground, man to make it for a big player. Any players there, no result. Just that free kick again, Ian.
Yes, they reckon, or the umpire said, that the player didn't get rid of it in a hurry. And I think you'll find that, let's have a look. He turns his around. I hope he didn't report the lad, but whatever it is, it's Peter Krieg who gets the free kick. And certainly the Dogs will score from here. He's only 35 metres out. Kick number 4. Knight, I don't think he is going to score, or is he? The umpire has seen a push in the back. We're over the shoulder. Foolish play there by the dog attacking players. I think it was probably Mandermaker, and the umpire's given a free kick in the back pocket to Reed. Reed goes out wide. Another push in the back. Well, the dog's getting a bit of the play in the forward division now. Gilbert McAdam with a chance. He's on the half-forward line. I don't think he can score from here. Off goes Ingus, and he kicks into the man. Richter whips it out wide. The handball's not all that good. Darvanese takes it high, but rides it beautifully. Kitchke out wide here now. Russell, the Blues starting to run. Off goes the youngster now in Radbone. Radbone puts it up to the half-forward line. Well taken in dribble. Siren sounds. 21 minutes gone. But a great first quarter by the Blues, who lead by 22 points. He's going to have a kick for goal in actual fact, but I think you'll find that they'll cut it off, and at quarter time the scores stand. The Blues 3-4, the Dogs yet to open their account. A fine 4-goal third quarter by the Dogs sees them lead by 10 points as we commence the final quarter in the Foundation Cup at Footy Park. Quickly they're into attack through Van Dommel up towards the half-forward line. Gurdon gets it out wide. Here's a chance now. Sullivan on the left leg drives in towards goal, but he just put it wide for 1 point only. And Peter Carey, hasn't this guy made a difference to the forward line since being moved there at half-time?
Certainly been a live wire up there. Had a fantastic third quarter. It's interesting to see McAdam in the forward pocket, and they've put young Lee Adams onto Radbone, who's had a very good game for Sturt tonight.
Another out of bounds. Adams unable to keep control of the ball. 41 plays, 52. One win and one loss for both these sides. Sturt lost to West Torrens and of course defeated Woodville recently in their last game. The Centrals have lost to Norwood and defeated West Torrens recently. That gave them an absolute whooping last week. And during the week, Rex Sellers was defending them vehemently, which you'd expect a president to be doing. They're certainly not without their problems, West Torrens, although it's still only March. I don't get too excited about it. Over the top, Jonas gives Gurdon an opportunity. Chips it around to Mandermaker in the square. One grab, can't take it. Recovers as he does so well, so often around the corner. Unable to control it. 1 point only. 8-5-53 as they take their score 1 point more ahead of Double Blues. 5-11-41 on Nines. Widewater Sports.
Normally the big fella would get those. He's only booted 3 points tonight. Well held by McCarthy, but he got himself clear there. Should have snapped that one. McCarthy comes grandstand side, out looking for McWilliam, who holds ground, can't get clear. Thomas boots the Dogs back in towards full forward. Mandermaker again, clear, can't get out, but he's going to be given a free kick on this occasion. McCarthy just too close. McAdam played on, booted a goal, but the umpire said he must come back and Mandermaker must shoot for goal. Well, Big Rudy, as we mentioned, only 3 points. Hasn't had any easy shots, that's for sure. The last one would have been the easiest one. But they've got a 12-point advantage now. He's only 35 points out, or 35 metres out, and should make the distance comfortably. Oh, he hasn't kicked well at all. He's no confident. 1 point only. And once before, when shooting for goal, without any pressure on him at all, he kicked it over mid-on, which wasn't a good effort at all.
So he wouldn't be happy with that. It's looking a little bit better tonight. Thomas back in their side. Chaplin, Sullivan, have been good players tonight. And of course Jonas, most of their scoring opportunities have gone through that player. Coffey now in the ruck. Stretches high to take that mark. Probably a little bit out of his distance, but he's going to back himself. Now that will land in the square. Want a big grab from Rudy. He can't quite take it. It was a good effort. Reed around the corner. That towards the centre is a bit dangerous. Over the back was Adams. Creed quickly to Gilbert McAdam. There's a beautiful shot at goal, and that'll go very close. Not quite. Another behind. 55 plays 41. Played 3 minutes of the final quarter.
Since the end of the first quarter, Sturt has only kicked 2 goals, 7, whilst the Dogs have added 8-3. So you can see how they're getting on top, although Sturt's bad kicking hasn't helped. Wilmot kick 1-5. Sullivan again, 2 grabs, can't complete it, puts it out. Kitchke back in defence. Wobbles one around. Sturt can't get there. Russell will, but he'll have to get rid of that in a hurry. Moss Kenny Looks for Argus, did it well. The Blues running. Back now to Russell, out wider still. Painter. The Blues with method into attack. Chips it up towards the half-forward line. Getting back on it, Lee. Does well to get it wide. Quickly in now is Radbone. He can't get it out. Argus in. The bottom of the pack, they force it out. Comes out now to Krieg. Cool as you like. Wobbles one up towards centre wing. Thomas gets to set. He's got Sullivan waiting. Sullivan on the left leg. Puts it up towards the half-forward line. Out steams Vandermaker in front of it. Gurdon. No, it's Ingerson in front. And he takes a brilliant mark 40 metres out. Well, with Sullivan, Ingerson and Vandermaker, they've got plenty of power up there to shoot at. And the Dogs are starting to worry the Blue defence, who was so good earlier on in the game. Anthony Ingerson. Already booted one, ought to make the distance. And if he boots this one, the Blues have got an enormous task ahead of them. The ball's coming back with his boot, and he's got it. Fine goal, that's his second. The Dogs, 9-7. Sturt, 5-11 on Nine's Wide World of Sports.
Yeah, certainly Paul Sullivan and Tony Ingerson have really lifted their game across half-forward in the second half and provided Central Districts with a ton of opportunities. I really think that Tony Ingerson is going to be an exciting player for Centrals in his second season of league footy. Only played a handful of games last year and really is looking the goods tonight.
You're right, he is. Kitchke gets the ball down. Gilbert McAdam comes away with it. Wasn't in place it was meant to go, of course. Lee Adams. Ingerson provides the run. Taps it over the top. Nice shepherd by Gurdon. Gilbert McAdam, plenty of pace, time to steady. Sixth kick to Vandermaker is true. Jamie Thomas might get it next. Well, indeed he does, but he wasn't up to the catch. Whittlesey puts the pressure on him. Time to clear. Away they come. Scott Russell. I'll try Richter on that occasion. It was correction. Bit of shepherding going on. Argus underneath it, can't take it. And directly in front of our commentary position, we'll have a throw in. McCarthy on the screen there. Good vision here. Good view at least. Kitchke against Coffey. Good body work. Quick kick to half forward. Thomas there over the top. Whittlesey. Gilbert McAdam. Too clever for his own good on that occasion. And Rowe takes it out of bounds.
I'm impressed with young Coffey's ruck work tonight. I think he's probably been the best ruckman out of the three used by Central so far.
Couldn't agree more, Peter. At the throw-in. Tapped back by Ingerson. Chance Painter. Through comes Lennon. The kick is not good. Lands in play. Rowe has a problem. So does Russell. And the ball is out. Or is it? Yes, it is out. 9-7 to 5-11. The Dogs by 20 points. And Sturt really has been a little disappointing since that first quarter. At the throw-in. Eye put off, and he hasn't got the ball, and he will get a free kick at centre wing, and that will send the Blues into attack. Goes out wide. Well, that's not very direct play. Could come unstuck. Well done, Ingerson. Gurdon gets it out. Sullivan wants to sit. Ingerson out wide. Heads towards goal. Puts it up. Vandermaker on the lead, and that's where it ends. And oh, what a mistake by the Blues. Went across goal. It was well read by Ingerson, and now the Dogs should make them pay. Well, Vandermaker's had his wrong boot on all night. Hasn't looked confident at all. So this is no lay-down misère. But full forwards of his class ought to kick these. Ninth kick, he's 35 out, right in front. 4 points to date. He's been hooking them all, but that one he's just got through, and the Dogs can do no wrong. 10-7, they lead the Blues 5-11 on Nine's Wide World of Sports.
Well, Rudy certainly had an interrupted preparation of this year's season with operations on his knee, groin and elbow, I believe. So he'd be happy to get that one through, and I think he's just gradually easing himself in tonight. But Sturt certainly did pay dearly for a kick across ground. It's a sin, certainly, that unless a guy is 100% on his own to attempt to kick across ground, and Sturt paid dearly.
Yes, they did. This will immediately open up the opposition goal face, and you run them straight into goal. And all coaches' instructions, of course, are to go there only if it's a 200% chance of it coming off. Through Whittlesey and Russell, the Blues work the ball forward. Players desperately jump on the ball. And the result, the umpire Trembath will bounce it. 41 plays 67, and Ian Sturt will have to do something from here to win.
You walk on. We've lost McWilliam, but I agree with you, Rocky, but they've lost their playmakers. Painter's still getting a lot of kicks, but their earlier ones like Shell. Oh, here's a goal coming up. Moss Kenny shoots, and he's got it. Brilliantly done. Trying to pick up the player on the ground. It could have been Wilmot who got out the handball. Moss Kenny going past, caught on the left leg, but Sturt have got a much-needed goal. They're sixth.
Central Districts have made another change. Peter Wright on, and Peter Jones has come off. Sturt really just struggled that ball forward, and a great work by Wilmot off the ground to get the ball out to the other Sturt player to finish off with a goal.
Rick Davies on that occasion would be pleased with Mosketti's work. Reynolds puts it down. No result, another bounce. Beautiful night for football. The previous 2 weeks have been very warm and pretty impressive. Tonight a good autumn night. Be a fairer night for players to make judgments on players and sides at least. Neil Curley be a lot happier with the Dogs' performance at the moment after their building from North Adelaide in previous weeks, in the first week at least. And he put that down to working them too hard as McCarthy from full back brings it towards grandstand side. Reynolds takes a mark, which wasn't paid. Only my opinion, of course, and David Trembath shakes his head. I don't think he's answering me, but he certainly didn't think it was a mark.
Yes, the Blues haven't got any strength across their half-forward line. Now, Argus started pretty well, but he's been well held by Sturt, and consequently they've struggled in attack. Coffey over the top was Reynolds, Lennon in there as well. Coming out with the ball, getting legged and getting a free kick. Will be on the half-back line. Let's have a look at it. Is it David I? No, it's not. It's Darvin-Ezer. He had a very good first half. Eighth kick, Darvin-Ezer, as he drives it back towards the lead there of Argus. Russell, Moss Kenny, trying to get it back to Russell, lost it now, out the row. Big fella can't get it, Painter can. Drives high towards the half-forward line, Shell's there. Brilliantly done, Scott Lee. Kept his eye on the ball all the time while Shell was more worried about the body, and he took his eye off the ball and consequently lost it. Pryor, short, McAdam, well done. McAdam elects to play on, runs into trouble, fades out of it, puts it in high. Back there is Mandamaker, with him McCarthy, Mandamaker, McCarthy. Mandamaker hooks it back, walks back there. In comes Sullivan. Oh, he went with the slipper but missed by a kilometre. Back in towards the pocket. Sullivan taps it back. Can't find a teammate, and McCarthy could concede the point. No, he doesn't. Tries to get it back to Walk, who's got plenty of time to clear. Walk lifts his eyes, gives a chance to Russell. Russell, Rowe. Rowe wins out. Russell not beaten. Joined on the half-back line there by Scott Field. The running player is Richter, or is it I? Richter through the centre line, does it well. Looks for a lead, none forthcoming. Out comes Wilmot belatedly and takes a great grab. Well, he took 3 tries to get it. The umpire finally paid it. Grab number 7, but he hasn't been able to kick goals. Now he's got to get one right now, or Sturt a history for the evening. 35 out. Angle is evident, and they need him right now. Kick underway, it's starting to come back. It's not coming back again, and Sturt can't take a trick. They're hanging in there, but trail 6-12 to 10-7.
Buckley will bring the ball back in. His foot, Sturt, is loose. That's the way it goes. Not a real advantage, but they still have possession at least. And his 10th kick. Thomas and Whittlesey will do battle. Ball to ground. Lennon desperate, as are others, but players put their hand in the air looking for that hot potato rule. You really must make an effort to push it towards your goal, or at least away from the pack. You can't scoop it in under you. You can't hold the ball while you're on the ground, otherwise it's holding the ball. Wright got it down, but to Whittlesey. Players having trouble getting it away from the pack. Umpire still rules that it's held to the player, another bounce. 48 plays 67, 13 minutes gone. The double Blues not showing enough really to get back into this game.
Interesting, the second time Peter Wright's been on the ground, we made mention how often he was out-bodied by the Blues in the first half. I reckon Curley's had to talk to him because he's putting a lot more effort into the second spate on the ground. Lee hooks back, Rowe in position, stands his ground well and takes a good mark at centre. And Thomas is well clear. That's the way the ball will end. The running power is Sullivan. He'll get it next. He's got Reynolds to beat. Sells the puck, lost the footy, gives it away now. Here's a chance, Coffey. He can boot long, puts it up for Mandamaker. Big Rudy can't get there, and the ball will beat him through for the minor score. Takes the Dogs now on to 10-8. Sturt 6-12, and we've played almost 15 minutes of the final quarter.
McCarthy to bring the ball in. Only McCarthy. Accurate kicks a Painter, who completes that. 20th kick. Wants to get it on quickly. 7 handballs. Richter with it, but it's coming back. Pushing the back. Pryor take the kick. Comes across the centre of the ground. We told you just previously how dangerous it was. Just see whether or not we were right. We are. And Sturt take possession. Good, we'll see if he can get it. We'll create some havoc. Around the corner. They need a runner. There he is. That was Scott Russell. Couldn't do anything with it. Ian Day told them they needed a shepherd. I think they could have heard them from here. Scott Lee, away he goes. Sent from the 1988 Norm Russell medal. Kicks to the wing. 15th kick. Sullivan scoops it out from underneath him. He's been paid the mark. Goes on quickly. Krieg. Nobody with him. Mandamaker on a lead. One out against Coffey. We saw how quickly his recovery was earlier in the game. He's up to it again. Painter. Short to Darvanese. His kick towards the wing. Good scrambling. And we're out of bounds on the double Blues half-forward line.
10-8 plays 6-12. 20 points in favour of the Dogs. Time running out for the Blues. 16 minutes into the final quarter. In comes Ingerson. With him is Reynolds. Krieg threw the ball away, but he threw it straight to the opposition. And Walk kicks it out on the full, and the penalty free kick will go the way of Dogs, to be taken by Trevor Rowe at centre wing. He brings it infield to McAdam. Took it very casually, dropped the head, lost the footy. Now the ball has got to come back. I think umpire Graham Schutz decided that the player didn't kick over the mark, and therefore Trevor Rowe's got to come back and recommence his kick from the interchange gate. 10-8 to 6-12. Sorry sight for Sturt after they led by 22 points to Zilch at quarter time. Rowe tries again, puts it up to the half-forward line. Ingerson over the top, can't bring it down. In defence, Richter playing a fine second half, drives long, out in front of Argus, with him there, Sturt. Well done, Argus. Sturt not giving it in, still got a chance. Looking for the lead of Wilmot. He won't lead off, he goes now into the pocket. Aborts the lead, now he's out. Not by a long way. Well done, Botka. Gets it back to McAdam, and the Dogs have got a chance to run it out of defence.
With his 8th kick, he goes towards Ingerson. Reed with him as he's been most of the night, but Ingerson's still been pretty menacing for the double Blues. But Wilmot hesitated there, as Ian called, and without any real definite lead, or anyone trying to get into space in their forward line, Sturt really haven't got a hope of getting back into this game. They really have had almost as many possessions and as much of the football as the Dogs, but they just really have been unable to complete it. Coming through strongly there is Richter. He'll get a free kick. Tackle was just a little high. The 15-metre penalty is a little bit frivolous. The half forward. Brady, really the only one with the hands on it. Kitsky hanging on to him. Brady plays it up a little bit. Who wouldn't? Look, 5 free kicks from a total of 7. So, those are doing the right things. You've got to get the rewards. Gilbert McAdam is just a lovely kick to Coffey. Slides to take an easy chest mark. Goes on quickly. Girdham has Jamie Thomas running on the check side of centre. Can't quite control the ball. A little bit out in front of him. And once again, half forward for the Dogs. We'll have a throw in.
Yes, the Blues can't find a winner in attack now, and they're sliding downhill, not making any impression at all. 20 points down. Robinson on, and we've lost for the moment Van Dommel, is it? And the umpire has ruled a free kick to Sturt, and he's allowing them to play on. As coming out of defence is McWilliam as he drives up towards Scott Lee. With him is Scott Field. A lot of Scots around the place. And the umpire will ball it in on the half-forward right flank. 10-8 plays 6-12. And the Blues get out of this. Kitchke and Peter Wright gets a good tap away. In fact, it's Esselbach on the ground now. And Scott Lee chases the ball out again. Sturt paddle the ball into the forward line, just inside the half-forward right flank.
Throw in. Esselbach over the top right. He got his hand clearly to it. Gives the Dogs the advantage, and they'll probably change. No, they won't. They'll come back down the grandstand side. Had the opportunity to change the play, but a bit risky. Darvanese caught, has to get rid of it quickly. Painter gives it back to Whittlesey. Might just be within range, not quite. It'll be a contest in two with Wilmot, wins easily. Plenty of strength. It makes you wonder. That's his 8th mark. Why he hasn't kicked a lot more goals tonight. He's kicked 1-6. And against Rick Davies in his heyday would have liked that many opportunities. He certainly would have converted more than that. That's his 2nd. And maybe the Blues can come back. That's their 7th. They move along to 7 goals, 12. 54. And they trail the Dogs 10-8, 68.
If you really look at the field kicking tonight, I think probably Sturt's field kicking has been better than Century's, but their disposal in front of goal has been very disappointing and made it very difficult for them to stay in this game.
You're not wrong, Peter. It's 19 scoring shots to 18, so they've lost it on the boot. And Ian Wilmot will be ruining his fact that he's got 2 goals, 6. Wright gets the tap away. In goes Girdham. Robertson with a chance back to Krieg. The Dogs go forward. The bounce will determine, or Mandamaker gets the better one, flips it back. Sullivan gives a chance now, or trying to pick it up is Coffey. He can't. He's in the pocket. He's unloaded and has lost the football. Well, sometimes that little bit of leather just won't come up when you want it. And the ball has beaten Coffey out of play. But it was a brilliant piece of play there, firstly by Mandamaker and then by Sullivan. And we see Wright going off and Allen back into the fray.
Ingerson does the ruck work. He'll go towards the boundary line. 3rd round Foundation Cup. Both these sides won one, lost one. They're keen for another win. Rick Davies in particular. I think the solidarity of Central District is beyond doubt. Rick Davies still trying to establish himself and his young side, particularly after they finished in the 5 last year. He'd be keen to do better than that. 54 plays 68. 14 points the difference in favour of the Dogs. We've played 21 minutes, so time on's begun. Final quarter. 2 goals, 2 they require. The Double Blues. Gilbert McAdam might make it a bit more than that as he chips it around goal. Mandamaker first to it, but out of bounds. Forward pocket for the Dogs.
The Blues have hung in there. They certainly haven't quit. And maybe in just another winner and attack, things might have been different. Wilmot has had to do the lot. Painter and Whittlesey getting the ball down to him. Earlier it was young Shell, but since then, not a lot of mates. Here's a chance now for them to kick across goal through Eye. On the half-back line, it's Russell who can't keep the ball in play, and the throw-in will take place on the half-forward left flank. 10-8 plays 7-12, almost 23 minutes gone. That's 2 minutes of time on almost. So I think you'll find there'll be about another minute to go. Sturt have got to score 3 goals in that time. The Dogs looking pretty good. Sullivan through, almost left the football behind. In goes Darvanese, has played well. Off the half-back line, Scott Field runs the ball well, drives towards centre wing. Whittlesey, time running out, he's got to get the ball on quickly. Puts it up for Esselbach towards the half-forward line. Brady over the top, Sturt. Well taken there by Shell. Now Moss Kenny on the left leg. Out comes Wilmot, but this time it's Bottker who leads the race to the ball. The handball's a shocker. Russell in trouble, gives it away, and finally it's Girdham that gets it out wide, gives it away to Krieg. The running player is Allen, and the Dogs get the ball to their half-forward line. Put back by Reed. Shell on the half-forward line. Sturt will not give in. They've done it well. Too far out to score at the moment, and they need goals in a hurry.
Far too slow as Shell goes in, trying to give Sturt an advantage. Reynolds first to it. The defence of Central District probably their greatest asset in the last 2 weeks. Scott Russell goes forward. Wilmot, that's the second time in a row he's been second to the ball. You think he'd be in front with this situation. The defence holds good as Buckley clears for the Dogs towards that far side of the ground. Richter, Shell, holds on to the ball. Can he shake the tackle? He does. Goes towards goal. Reynolds behind. Wilmot there as well. On the ground it is. Rowe. We'll go to Krieg. He's in trouble though. Scott Russell tackles him. The handball's away. Krieg recovers. Goes inside to Robertson. Long sleeve jumper. And his kick is through the coffee. So the pressure's off them again. The Double Blues really had him under pressure, Ian.
Well, they certainly did, and they're still not quitting. Siren sounds though. But full march to Sturt. They hung in there. They fought hard in that last quarter when all seemed lost. But in the end, the Dogs were too strong and have run out winners in the first of the Foundation Cup matches on Friday night, winning 10-8-68 to the Blues 7-12-54.
Well, there you saw the Dogs run out winners by 14 points, and Nev, it was a pretty gutsy performance by the Dogs.
Well, it was. They've come a long way since that first game that we saw
Have
here.
they ever?
2 weeks ago. They really would be happy with that. 14 points. It's a good win, and 2 out of 3 performances. They're still in the run for the 40,000.
And of course, Sturt started well in that first quarter, but just couldn't go on with the game, could they?
No, they couldn't. They found it difficult. A lot of promising players there. Young Leonard's still doing well. Yep. Reynolds and Ruck wasn't too bad, so they've got a bit to work there. I know Rick would have loved a win, but it wasn't to be.
Of course, just a reminder, on Sunday at Yankalilla, the big one, South Adelaide taking on Woodville. You're going for the Warriors?
I'm going to go for the Warriors, mostly because I think they've got Jakovic. You've got to be good in this business, don't you?
You do, don't you?
Hank Cronin. Because South Adelaide, McIntyre serving a suspension, so I think that will have a bit to do with it, and I'll favour the Warriors.
I'll go for the Warriors. It should be a good game of footy at Yankalilla, and let's hope the weather is fine and a big crowd up there. And of course, just a reminder to join us live again on Monday night right here at Footy Park at 8 o'clock for our big coverage of live football through the Foundation Cup. Hope you've enjoyed our coverage tonight. Happy viewing on Channel 9. Bye, everyone.
Good night.